Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Welcome to my page. I'm Peggy. I am your mature skin makeup artist where I just pass along tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. I'm 69 years old, so again, I know about all the icks that we have, or some are very sweetly call them distractions. So the distractions are the lips, cracks above the lip, the marionette lines, the crow's feet, the crepey skin under your eye, on your eyelid, and of course the wrinkles on the forehead. I have them all. I have every one of them. So let's get started. I'm just getting ready for church. So I'm going to use my Seint 3D makeup. Now, I'm going to start with my contour shade, and contour creates shadows. So what we're going to do is put it right up here, real close to my scalp line to create a shadow, because as you can see, I have hair loss. Yes, I have everything going on from hair loss to you name it. Then we're going to lift these cheeks. We're going to feel for that cheekbone, and we're going to go right up on top of that round bone towards the top of our ear. What we're doing, we're lifting and defining the face. Now, you don't want to bring it down too far. You want to kind of concentrate to the outer corner of the eye. That's what we're looking to do. We're lifting the face and just kind of sculpting it as we go. Now, I like to contour my nose. I never used contour before I started this journey that I'm on. And I now feel naked without contour on my nose. Also, my eyes are pretty close together, so I like to kind of join up. There we go. Create a shadow right there at the part. I usually have a cloth in my lap, and I was about to wipe my finger on my dress. So I like to go up and kind of go into the crease, but up towards my eyebrow to basically create a shadow, and it makes my eyes look a little bit further apart and just a little bit larger than they actually are. Now we're going to come and we're going to jump to our concealer, and concealer is pretty much just a brightener. So it goes in the center of the forehead between the eyebrows, and then we're going to come right down the center of the nose. Now see how much narrower my nose looks, because we put shadows on either side of it, and now we're brightening the center. We're going to catch the Cupid's bow and a little bit over, maybe the mustache area, because again, we're trying to define the face and give it just a little bit more brightness than it normally has. It's going to give you more of an awake look rather than that tired, drugged out look we normally have. So now we're going to come over and we're going to catch the outer corner of the eye and the inner corner. We're not going to go underneath it, because why? We have crepe skin under there. So we don't want to enhance that or have a big blob of makeup. However, a little bit is okay. So once we blend, then that's where we're only going to put what we blend underneath our eye. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Peggy, and I'm 69. Okay, now we're going to go to my main shade, and your main shade is just a filler shade. We're going to put it where we don't have any other makeup, like our bearded area if we were a man, and just a little bit just to have something to blend in. And then of course we're going to go in between the contour. You can see the darker contour, then you have your main shade, which is the color of your skin, very close to it, and then we have our brightening, or our concealer, to brighten the center of our face. Okay, now all we need to do is blend. You actually use these three shades to create one layer of makeup, and it's not going to settle, since it's cream, into your fine lines and wrinkles. What it's going to do is become a part of your face and move with your face. It's not going to be like a mask. I like a medium coverage, which is what I have here. Now, I was looking for something. I like to do my mascara at this point, just so, I don't know, it gives more of a finished look. And I'm going to show you how you can either do eyeshadow or not do eyeshadow. Now, this will be strictly no eyeshadow, but I'll do a reel and post it once I get back from church of this look with eyeshadow. Okay, so there we go. What I also like to do is use my wand as eyeliner. So we're going to just stamp it, go right up to the bottom part of the lash and give it just a jiggle. There you go. Look at the difference. Tight line eyeliner, so simple, and you can use any mascara to do it. You don't have to use any particular brand. I like the smaller ones, so it's strictly up to you, and this is one of my favorites because it's a tubing and a volumizing. Now that's the other thing. I'm going to show you how to get rid of that if you do a plop, because I always do. But I'm going to show you how to get rid of it, and if you've done your eyeshadow, it's not going to mess it up, but we'll get to that. We need to let it dry. Once you plop your mascara, let it dry. It's going to dry to a solid, and it's just going to flake off, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. But let's blend first. Okay. So let's grab our brush. I like the 3D brush from Seint. This is my favorite brush, and it does everything. So what I'm going to do first is just do the lighter shade, the concealer, and always remember your neck. Then we're just going to tap it up and down on the side of the nose, and we want a soft blend, just a very, very soft blend. And again, see how it's catching the light. And that's what we want it to do. Flip it around to the domed end and then just tap under the eye. Little taps are so easy to use, and so much, it really is just going to give that nice finished look. Now you want to carry it up into the temple, because that's also going to give you a lift look, especially if you have loss of volume. This is a shadow on both sides of my face from loss of volume just with age. Plus I did have a weight loss, a substantial weight loss. It took me 2 years to do it, but there you go. This is what you get. Either you have a nice round face and you're not healthy, or you get healthy and you get loss of volume. Okay, now I'm going to come and just tap the main shade and blend it. And this is just like a stippling. Notice I'm not blending it all together. You took the time to put the shades where they go. You want to marry them, but not mix them, if that makes any sense. Okay, there we go. And we're just going, remember to drag it down your neck. And I have a turkey neck, so either you have a double chin or a turkey neck. Just depends on which one you end up with. I went from a double chin to a turkey neck, so there you go. Neither one are wonderful. Now we're going to come up here and we're just going to blend up into the hairline, this contour, because again, you don't want that scalp line to show. Now, does it get into my gray hair? Yes, sometimes. It depends on how crazy I get with my blending and if I'm in a hurry or not. But a damp washcloth or a baby wipe will get it right out. So it's not like it's going to stay in your hair and be there forever. There we go. So now we're nice and blended, and it's time to do some blush and some, okay, I said, oh, here it is, some blush. Now, staying with the red theme, I have chose a shade called Cherry. Wait a minute, is this Cherry? No, it's not. Okay, where's Cherry? To go with my red dress for church. There it is. Okay. This is Seint's new lip oil, and it's a lip tint. Look how pretty. Look at that. I think this is one of the prettiest shades that Seint has ever come out with. It is a tint. It does have oil in it, but it lasts all day. And it's going to hydrate, moisturize, and protect your lips as you go out during the day. There we go. Now, as you notice, I go a little bit above my top lip because my top lip has gotten smaller and smaller as I have aged. I do not use any type of fillers or Botox or anything like that. What I do use is good skincare. Okay, and there is a topical elixir that I do use to plump up my skin, I guess you would say. Now, double duty. So what we're going to do is use it as our blush. This is our lip shade, the lip oil, and we're going to just use it on our cheeks as our blush. Look how pretty that is. Okay, Beautiful shade. There we go. You can use your lip glosses and your lip oils as your blush. And I really recommend that because it makes it easier. Once you decide on your lip shade, you're good to go as far as blush is concerned too. I really don't like powder blushes. I like to stick with the oils or the creams, and it's only because they hydrate your face. Now, I also a little trick that helps kind of make my my Cupid's bow or my top lip look a little bit larger than it is. A little bit of what I call illuminator or a highlighter. And you just go right there, right in the Cupid's bow. And you just give it a little bit of ump. Now, see how that just made it appear just a tad larger than it actually is? Just another trick from me to you. The other thing with creams is they do need to be set. I like the blurring powder. Excuse me, the blurring powder from Seint. That is my favorite. So let's see, I need a fluffy brush. Here we go. This is the blush and bronzer brush. I like to use this for powder because you don't want much. Just tap into your powder and then press. And to me, you still see how the glow still comes through, but you don't have the oily look. I do not like the oily look. Sometimes the creams are a little bit too much on the oily looking side. I like the glow, the healthy glow, but not so much the like I say, the oily look. So now our makeup is set. So now I'm going to share with you my secret weapon to this eyeshadow, I mean not eyeshadow, but this mascara mess that I made. Let me see, where's my spoolie brush? There it is. This is a great, it's called the line brush. It has a spool on the end and a teeny tiny. This is great for eyeliner. It's great to line your lips with, just a good all-around brush. But since we've let the mascara dry, we're gonna close our eyes, come over here and give it a flick. There we go. And look at that. It's gone. So even if I had eyeshadow on, it wouldn't mess it up. You just flick it up and it's gone. And I didn't intend to blop it, but that's just what happens. Now this is the look without eyeshadow. So I'm going to do an eyeshadow reel and I'll post it when I get back. So how do you get started with Seint? You need to send me a makeup-free selfie in natural light, not sunlight, natural light. Face a window, get your phone, no makeup, and look directly into it and take a selfie. And you can just message it to me, or I'll give you, just comment match, and I'll send you the instructions and how we can talk together without everything being on the internet. We don't want your picture to be on the internet, so you can send it to me privately. I appreciate you so much for joining me this morning. Everyone be blessed on this beautiful Sunday morning. You be the reason someone smiles today. And I'll see you again next time. Thank you for joining me. Bye.